And you're listening to Barkada Radyo on 5VBI 103.1 FM.
With uni starting, so we're kind of trying to figure out our schedulings again, waking up early again, which has been really hard.
Back to the grind.
Yeah.
And Matt, you're doing your honors, right?
We have honors, so it's starting a bit slow and it's a bit chill right now, but maybe it will get more hectic as it goes along.
Oh, okay. So it's the seasonal kind of mentality of student life. It's very up and down, isn't it? So apart from that, what else has been going on? Just the same old studying? Anything special that happened on the week?
No, not that I know of.
Do you spend much time with your family or loved ones? Do you guys have family here? So
yeah, my parents are interstate, so I have to spend most of my time by myself. But you know, my mum would always call me almost every night to check on me.
Every night?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. How do you interpret that?
Well, you know, she'll tell me that she can't sleep when I don't answer my phone.
Oh.
Even today, she's like, "Why are you not answering your phone? Like, answer it.
That's cute.
Give me my freedom. I'm already here."
That's cute. My mom only lives at around Modbury and she doesn't even text me every night.
Oh, really? Different. What about the family in the Philippines, Matt? Do you Skype them, or how does it work with communication?
No, because we migrated here together.
Oh,
so,
everyone came here. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're just around Modbury and we just see ourselves every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works out quite well. My mum and my auntie and their aunties and their family, they live around Golden Grove, not too far from Modbury. Similar thing. It's when you start living in Adelaide, it seems like it's pretty far away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really. But anyway, it's funny when you're around the corner. You kind of the frequency changes a little bit.
Yeah.
But Filipino families tend to hang out quite frequently.
Yeah.
I'm making that assumption, but
well, because I don't have our family don't have any, other relatives aside from our immediate family.
Yeah.
So I mean I know that my mom keep constant calls and video chats with my grandma and all of the whole clan basically.
Yeah.
So we know each other's life. Well, that's what Facebook is for. She just told me that my cousin just went back to Philippines from Malaysia, and like how the whole thing, is like a surprise. Like, yeah, and I was like, well, that's great. Like, so I guess that's one of the things with like Filipino families. Like, you just know everything about everyone.
Yeah. It's really in your face, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't get any freedom. You go around, you hide from your mom, to try to do something bad, but then you have your aunts like on the corner, and they'll immediately call your mom and be like, "Oh, I saw John Wag like a class."
And how about you, Matt? I mean, it's kind of slightly different, I guess, because you already had extended family here as well, right?
Yeah. So generally in the Philippines, we're just a small family.
Okay.
So it's not like the typical family that we meet around for like a family reunion, which I envy other families do that. But here, this is in Australia. That is when I experienced that because I had lots of extended family here. So it's pretty nice to have lots of family in Australia.
And a big hello to your Tito Director.
Yeah. Hi,
Sunny
Tito
Director.
Sunny. He's currently in the Philippines now, enjoying the storms and tropical monsoons there.
Oh wow! Is he's still an Army reservist, isn't he?
Yep. Yes.
So he does a lot of travel. I remember he goes out a lot.
I think so too.
Yeah. Right. So do you see much of him?
Yeah, every weekend I go to their place.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but nowadays, since last month, he's been around different countries.
Yeah.
So, yep.
I grew up in a predominantly non-diverse high school, and it's amazing. All my friends really don't hang out with their family all that much. So when I say I'm going out with my cousins, they'll say, "Oh, it's a bit weird. Like, who hangs out with their cousins?" I was like, "That's pretty normal for me. It's just the perspective on things."
Yeah.
So hanging out with your family every week is kind of normal in Filipino culture, but
I think so too.
not in others. I always try to catch up with my family on Skype, but internet connection's terrible in Valenzuela. It's very slow.
Everywhere in the Philippines, trust me.
Yeah. It's easier just to text and go on WhatsApp than it is on Skype, I find.
Yeah.
It's much harder. But I thought we'll play would I call him a celebrity? Maybe you might have heard him, maybe not, but he's a Philo-American, and he's doing relatively well. His name is AJ Raphael. He's been on the US tour recently, and he collaborated with a fellow called Jesse Barrera. I don't know if any of these names ring a bell for you guys.
No, I haven't heard.
Apparently, he's somewhat of a thing in the US, in the Filipino community over there. But one of his more famous songs is featured on YouTube a fair bit as well. So if you're listening, you should check that out on YouTube. But this song's called "She Was Mine," and it's by AJ Raphael. Hope you enjoy it.
So I hopped on a train 3 in the afternoon. I don't know when I'm coming back, but I hope that it's soon. See, I never thought that I'd ever leave your side, your side.
It's only physically, but know that you will be on my mind 24 hours at a time.
'Cause in my eyes, you were mine,
you were mine, yeah.
No matter where you go, I won't be very far. 'Cause in my head I'll be right there where you are. 'Cause love is no distance, baby. Love is no distance, baby. No, not when it comes to you and me.
So she wrote me a letter, said the weather wasn't better, but she said that she was doing fine.
She said that she was doing
I wanna see you face to face, it's what she wrote to me that day, and I knew that it was all a sign.
So I wrote back with this song, promise it won't be too long. Wanna make up for all our lost time. 'Cause in my eyes, you were mine, you were mine. No matter where you go, I won't be very far. 'Cause in my head I'll be right there where you are. 'Cause love is no distance, baby. Love is no distance, baby. No, not when it comes to you and me. So I'm going through these boxes, my life's gone off track. 'Cause it's been 3 years and she hasn't written back.
But in my eyes,
she's still mine.
And I know it sounds so stupid to be waiting this long, but I'm still in love, and I know I'm not wrong.
'Cause in my eyes, she was mine. She was mine. No matter where you go, I won't be very far. 'Cause in my head I'll be right there where you are. 'Cause love is no distance, baby. Love is no distance, baby. No, not when it comes to you. And no matter where you go, I won't be very far. 'Cause in my head I'll be right there where you are. 'Cause love is no distance, baby. Love is no distance, baby. No, not when it comes to you and me. Not when it comes to you and me.
Kung nais po ninyong magpadala ng balikbayang boxes o pera sa Pilipinas, Subukan ang JNR LBC Mabuhay, ang hari ng padala. Mabilis, maaasahan at mapagkakatiwalaan. Meron silang 5 shipment bawat taon. Huwag kalilimutan ang mga minamahal natin sa Pilipinas. Tawagan lang po ang ating kababayan na si Vicky Lapus sa telepono 8258-7219 o sa mobile 0413-224-194 o bisitahin sila sa 73 Kings Road, Salisbury Downs. Tandaan, JNR LBC Mabuhay, ang hari ng padala.
And you're listening to Barkada Radyo on 5VBI 103.1 FM. And that last song was AJ Raphael, and the song was called She Was Mine. And that timely sponsorship that we had there from Matt's uncle.
Yep.
Thank you, Tita Sunny. You know, we were talking about family values. You know, freight forwarding, part of the Balikbayan tradition. It's big business, I think.
It is.
Sending those boxes.
Yeah, like a lot of... Like I mean, I used to be on that receiving end of the Balikbayans and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember when I think I was 11, and my dad sent one. I was just hoping this chocolates.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I wanted.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, that. I was like, that's in Australia, so there has to be a lot of chocolates, right?
Did he send chocolates?
Yeah, there's a lot of chocolates. But like, I think, you know, when you think of Balikbayans, it's either full of soaps,
Yeah.
like shampoos, like different chocolate.
Chocolate's always there.
Yeah.
Okay, is oh my god, like, yeah, it's all in that Balikbayan thing. But one of the things that I really love is when you go back to the Philippines for a holiday, right? Your parents would send a Balikbayan box, which is full of everything already.
Mm-hmm.
But then all your luggages as well are full of everything that they'll be giving away.
Over the limit. Yeah.
And once you get there, like, it's a gift for someone, it's a gift for the neighbors, like, it's everyone's stuff.
Yeah, you got to buy lots of little things. Yeah.
And then at the end of it, you'll realize you don't have any more clothes. And you don't actually have anything that you brought on personally.
Yeah. How about you, Matt? Were you in the receiving end of a Balikbayan box previously?
Yeah, so when I was young, my dad also sends Balikbayan boxes.
Yeah.
But as me and my brother grew older, like, we preferred Dad just give us cash because...
you can't put that in a box.
And because,
well, you could, I guess.
if he sends something, it's most of the time we don't like it. So Dad just... You know, just hand us some cash, so he knows it.
It's tricky, isn't it? Like, preparing a Balikbayan box is like, it's an art. Like, it's an art of gift giving, and you can't really put lots of big items in there. So it's a lot of small items, it tends to be, doesn't it? A lot of food. I noticed.
Food, maybe clothes, shoes, chocolates.
Yeah, basic
and other
essentials.
Random stuff.
Yeah, my family liked peanut butter for some reason. They liked a particular brand of peanut butter, so I used to send those as well. But it was like anything and everything, isn't it? Anything you can stick in that box, and because it's by ship, there's really no restrictions on the weight, so it's whatever you can fit in the actual space of the box and what can survive. It takes a while to get delivered, though. It takes like
Actually, I mean, there was a time my dad is already in the Philippines and the box wasn't even there yet.
Oh, really?
Takes so long time to arrive.
Well, there's a particular type of Balikbayan. We had a guest here a few months ago where he said that I forget which part of the Philippines he was, but they would get the gangs in the area would have a particular type of Balikbayan box where they would smuggle goods and items in boxes, make them float on the ocean currents, and then the ocean currents will take them to its destination. So that's a different type of Balikbayan box, smuggling. But the tradition lives on. Hey, you guys have been following Manny Pacquiao. He won against that fellow Keith Thurman. Was everyone excited about that? Circles?
I didn't actually know about it.
They played in the casino again, and last time he played, he fought against Mayweather. I went to the casino to watch it, and it was packed with Filipinos.
Yeah,
packed.
It has to be. I mean, he's a sport legend now, really, and you can't take that away from him. You know, when people do hear that I'm Filipino, the first thing they'll ask me is, "Oh, so you're good at boxing?" Look,
yeah, it's our sport now, isn't it?
I prefer sleeping than actually boxing. But I might be getting into that soon, hopefully. But yeah, it's not. I heard about it once he won. I didn't hear about the fight, but that's great to hear. Again, yeah.
A national icon, perhaps. I don't know. Boxing, though. Did you identify with the sport of boxing all that much?
No, not really. I grew up watching Manny Pacquiao since almost 20 years now since his
First fight
and stuff. So I grew up watching his fights every time, and I remember back then when he has a fight, the whole Philippines would almost have like no one working because everyone will be at home and they're in front of the television with Red Horse or San Miguel getting ready to drink. And when he wins, then it's good for business, like people, because then they get a lot of drinks being bought. But when he loses, then everyone goes to sleep.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's really a fact that when he has a fight, on that day, there's zero crime rate in the Philippines, and there's no traffic even in Manila. Yeah.
It's kind of a weird phenomenon where people really, they have like a vested interest in him winning. Like it's almost like the national pride is at stake. Like if he wins or loses. But does that mean he makes a good politician? I mean, I'm not going to get to politics, but it's interesting how he became a boxer. Like he's a successful boxer, but people kind of translated that to thinking, well, he must make a good.
Well, he makes donations. He really did make a lot of generous donations. But when you think about policy making, it's quite different. From donating, and a good heart might have a good intention, but that doesn't mean it equals a good
only
policy.
Get you to some point.
Yeah, and donations will not help Filipinos. You need to have a structured policies that can really help the Filipinos get out of poverty.
Well, Filipinos love that personality, don't they?
In fact, it is Philippines has such a populism politics, and you get that every year. You get celebrities. The number of celebrities entering politics now in the Philippines is massive. I'm talking because I did a research paper last semester about this.
Yeah, about populism.
One of the things about the Philippines democracy is that we're moving away from almost political elites towards celebrity politicians, and that's because they're getting recognition through television and public appearances, and that's a massive thing. And given that Philippines' activeness in social media, it only intensifies now. So celebrities are becoming more, they have more of a platform. I would say if people hear that they're good people, then people would think, oh, they must not corrupt.
Yeah,
that's the first thing that they're gonna think, because people are just disillusioned by the political traditionalists, and now you're moving towards this populism, and it is quite dangerous. And when you look on the Pacquiao's and Manny Pacquiao's situation, I get it. We all love him because he's a sport legend. He's an icon. He's a world icon in terms of his sport. But did he have the quality of a politician then? I wouldn't say so.
I think he tried studying law, but for me, in my own opinion, he's still not cutting it. He still doesn't have what it takes to be like a good politician. I mean, like, it's just because some of these politicians are in their positions because some Filipinos love voting people who are the underdogs or who gain sympathy from the masses or the poor sector in the Philippines. So that's why they get always elected, which is quite sad.
Power of the personality.
Well, if you look on the last few presidents that we've had, you're looking at Duterte, who's not a non-traditionalist. Then you look at Benigno Aquino, which came from a very established family
dynasty.
And then you're looking at his predecessor, Arroyo, is also from a very established political family. Then you have era, Estrada back then, and Estrada is again one of those celebrity politicians.
Yeah.
And I think he's one of those politicians that really popularized celebrities when entering politics, and that's a massive thing.
He's an interesting one. I thought he was gonna. When I didn't know any better, I thought he's like the Ronald Reagan of the Philippines, but he's clearly not.
No.
And what I find interesting is that he was convicted, and I didn't know this charge existed in this terminology, but he was convicted of plunder.
Yeah.
And he's still the mayor of Manila. Was the mayor of Manila?
Well, he was convicted and then was given pardon. I think, if I'm not wrong, by Macapagal.
And people still voted for him.
And people voted for him. And you know what? There was a video once. It was in Facebook, and it was a cleanup. It was a cleanup operation of I think it was some kind of river in Manila.
Yeah.
And then he's got this net trying to get all of this rubbish and stuff. But then the rubbishes are being thrown by his assistant.
Yeah, I saw that one. I saw that.
It got caught it got caught, and then it was so funny because everyone's like, "Wow, look at the mayor like scooping all of these rubbishes."
Yeah.
But then you see the assistant on the boat throwing all of these rubbishes as well, and you just think, really, he's lost it. Like,
It's just publicity stunt.
he's been a mayor of San Juan as well, which is one of the places where they really established their whole family dynasty. But now you have, and he moved around, and the last election proved strongly that no political dynasty is good enough for people if you don't deliver.
Yeah.
And if there's another popular one that comes up, they will lose.
Yeah.
There's no question in that. And vote buying is still a massive thing in the Philippines.
So do you think there's hope for the new generation of voters coming through? Do you think they're a bit more aware of things going on, or not? You don't.
That's where I struggle, because we used to think that I would think that people in 1980s would think that way as well.
Yeah.
That the youths are the future.
Yeah.
But as time goes, after 30, 40 years, it's still the same.
Yeah.
And then now we're hoping for the youths again.
Yeah.
So it's just, I guess we're just moving progressive, as long as Philippines is moving progressively in terms of their politics, not get too caught on traditions and obviously religion, because religion does play a massive play a role in the Philippines politics as well.
Yeah.
So so
how's politics discussed? Is politics discussed at all in your families? Like when you have dinner or when you catch up, do people talk about it?
My parents are very a massive Duterte supporters.
Right.
Everything, like my dad would watch YouTube about Duterte if he can, and that's every night. And obviously I don't quite agree with that, but yeah, it's massive. I had an argument with mom once on this, about the same-sex marriage last year, and that's the beauty of politics. You could debate, and you could disagree. You could agree to disagree. So,
if it's the debate's held, right,
and at the end of it, you still have to be a family. So at the end of it, you still gotta be. She's still my mom, and I just gotta respect that. Yeah.
How about you, Matt? Is it talked much at home or in the family?
We don't really talk about politics at home, but going back to the hope of politics in the Philippines at the current stage, I think there's, speaking from just a recent migrant here, so I know what's happening currently in the Philippines, I think there's really hope right now with the youth in the Philippines, because they're generally more woke or generally more socially aware with what's happening, so they kind of revolt with the adults, how they think, how they generally call out people who vote plunderers, who vote ARAP. Why do you vote ARAP?
Yeah.
They generally start discussions during family reunions, and it's kind of a meme, a kind of a norm with the Filipino youth nowadays to revolt against the older people just for us to have a better government. And the youth currently nowadays somehow do not want political dynasties to flourish, so they kind of cater more and they want to support the new breed of politicians, so they do not want to vote the same last names that generally win in most elections. They want to support the new breed of politicians. Yep.
So there is a little bit of hope in there, maybe.
Yeah.
A little bit of hope. Oh, well, that's all the time we have for this week, I'm afraid. But, hopefully that kind of gives a bit more of an insight into Filipino family traditions and a bit of discussion about politics and how things are changing in the Philippines as well. So you've been listening to Barkada Radyo. This is Juan Pablo Legaspi.
I'll see you guys next week.
See ya, this is Matt.
All right, we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for listening. We're going to play a song from Agsunta called Alas 12.
Madaling araw, magkatabi habang atin ng gabi. Huwag ka nang mawala sa aking tabi. Madumi sala at malamig na alak, katabi ang bumubuo sa aking hating gabi. Halika na, kalimutan ang lahat. Hating gabi na naman, bawat sandaling magdaraan ay may istoryang ilan.